Do you ever feel like you're the project manager of your family? Not because you want to be, but because if you don't do it, everything just falls apart. Let me be really clear. Most resentment in relationships isn't about dishes. It isn't about laundry. It isn't even about school forms. It's about the invisible effort, it's the thinking, tracking, remembering, the mental load, the part nobody sees until it's dropped. And if you're nodding right now, if your chest feels tight because this hits close to home, I want you to know you're not crazy, you're not needy, you're not overreacting, you're tired, and you're holding more than anyone realizes. Hi, I'm Katherine O'Brien. I'm a relationship therapist in Sacramento, California, and here's why this matters. The mental load doesn't just create irritation, it erodes trust, emotional safety, desire, and connection over time. And what starts as, I just wish you'd help more, can slowly turn into, I resent that I even have to ask. And from there, it's a short walk to, I feel alone in this relationship. We don't want couples drifting that far. We want repair, partnership, and shared meaning, not silent scorekeeping. So today we're going to talk about what the mental load really is, why it builds silently, and how to rebalance it without creating more resentment, guilt, or defensiveness. So I want to start with a story from my work in the therapy room. A couple I worked with came in and they were exhausted. Now they loved each other deeply, as they usually do. That was never the issue. But marriage after kids, that changed everything. Because before children, they shared things fairly well. Their bills were split, housework flowed, and they both worked full-time jobs. And it felt a lot like teamwork. But then a baby arrived, and then a toddler, and then 2 careers continued. But somewhere along the line, something shifted. She was taking on scheduling, school forms, doctor appointments, childcare backup, clothes sizes, gifts, meal planning. Not because they had consciously planned it that way, but because tradition and instinct kind of filled the silence. No one designed this imbalance. It just happened. And the resentment, it didn't come from the tasks themselves. It came from feeling alone in the responsibility of remembering them. And she told me one day, asking for help feels like more work than just doing it myself. And that sentence, I hear that sentence all the time. So we tried something simple and it changed everything. We wrote every single task out, the seen and the unseen. And we held weekly logistic meetings. We talked not about equal division, but fair division, based on energy, workload, and bandwidth for that week. And something shifted. He began to understand what she had been carrying, and she began to release tasks she never wanted to own in the first place. And instead of scorekeeping, they built a system. The small shifts, they actually rebuilt trust. And that leads us into what we're here to go deeper into today. The mental load is real, and you don't have to carry it alone. But before I give you strategies, I want to offer something that will make this work a little bit easier, not heavier. So if you're tired of keeping everything in your head, and if you want something concrete that you and your partner can actually look at together, you can click the link below for my All the Things Organizer. It's a tool I use with couples to map out unseen labor, to make the invisible visible, and to help you decide without fighting what can be shared, delegated, or dropped. You don't have to remember everything, so let structure hold some of that weight for you. Now let's talk about what balancing the mental load actually looks like in real life. So tip number 1, start with the nervous system before negotiation. No good conversation comes from fight or flight. Begin with a grounding breath, a moment of eye contact, validation. I know we're both carrying a lot. Regulated bodies communicate better than dysregulated minds. And tip number 2, define the mental load out loud. You can say it simply, humanly, something like, the mental load is all the remembering, the tracking and planning that keeps life running, even when no one sees it. Because naming it turns, why are you so stressed, into, oh, now I understand what you're holding. Awareness is step 1 in repair. And tip number 3, make it visible together. Grab that organizer, list every task, big and tiny, the meals, permission slips, birthday gifts, who notices we're out of toilet paper. When the list is shared, the load becomes shareable. And tip number 4, trade one reoccurring task. Not everything, just one. Maybe they take over morning drop-off, maybe you release bill paying or birthday planning or appointments. Just one shift can feel like some oxygen. Because we're not aiming for perfect, we're aiming for relief. And tip 5, weekly logistics meeting. It's 10 to 15 minutes. It can be a Sunday night, Saturday afternoon, Thursday evening, whatever it is that works for you and your family. 2 questions only. What's coming this week? And how can we divide this in a way that feels fair for our current energy? Fair doesn't mean equal, it means responsive to reality. Some weeks, one person carries more, other weeks, it shifts. Adaptability keeps resentment low. And tip 6, avoid the silent scoreboard, please. Instead of, I did bedtime 3 nights in a row, try something like, I'm feeling stretched. Can we redistribute this week? Scorekeeping breeds bitterness, whereas communication builds partnership. And tip 7, release the belief that you should carry it all. This one is personal for me. For years, I believed I should take the kids to every appointment. I work for myself. Shouldn't that be my job? Except appointments pop up last minute. Illness doesn't check my schedule. And it turns out sometimes it's easier for my husband to take over. Letting go was uncomfortable for me at first. I felt guilty, like I was dropping a ball I was supposed to be juggling. But releasing that task, it freed hours of mental processing I didn't even know I was doing. So if you feel this too, you're not alone. I've been there. You're just unlearning something old. And tip 8, if ADHD or some neurodivergence is present, structure matters even more. So many parents I work with are only now realizing they have ADHD. Organization isn't intuitive, it's effortful. Executive function takes energy. So systems, you need that support. Checklists, shared calendars, automated reminders, these aren't crutches, they're care. And tip 9, celebrate those small wins. Rebalancing the mental load isn't a one-time conversation. It's a slow rebraiding of habits. Every task shared is an act of repair. So notice it, name it, appreciate it. Progress fuels partnership. The mental load is real, it is heavy, and you deserve partnership and not martyrdom. You're not meant to remember everything alone, and you don't have to choose between resentment and silence. The small conversations, they change pattern. Shared meaning rebuilds connection, and fairness, not equality, is what keeps love sustainable. So try one shift this week, just one. Start with one. You may be surprised by how much lighter life feels. So if you're wondering how to talk about this without it turning into a fight, I've got you. Right here, my video, 5 communication strategies for exhausted parents. Because the mental load is one thing, communicating about it when you're tired and stretched is another. So tap it next, and I will meet you there.